Welcome everyone. Okay, so we're still at the abandoned auto salvage yard. I finally selected my rock off camera. It took me a while. I'll show it to you another time. I don't want to take the time right now because the sun just set a minute or two ago and I have just enough daylight to do this one last video. So we're going to continue exploring and see what's down here. So what do we have here? Grove of trees over there too. An old tarp. Definitely a well-traveled road. If people weren't using it and driving down this far all the time, I mean not all the time, but fairly frequently, trust me, it'd be more grown over. There'd be grass like this on it, at least. A little area over here. Abandoned auto salvage yard. Back in the day, 10-15 years ago, there were tons of cars, old abandoned, junked cars all through here. This isn't car debris. This looks like a vacuum cleaner that someone totally destroyed out here. Maybe for kicks. Some more stuff that people dumped here. What do we got? An old sweatshirt, I think. Some pallets. And look, looks like maybe the footboard to a bed. Bed footboard, abandoned bed footboard. Bunch of other junk. Oh, someone lit a fire over here. Took a hole for it. Oh, here's a child's footboard for a bed. More junk over here. An old cat carrier. At least I hope the cat's not still in it. Oh, thankfully it's empty. I love cats. I'd hate to see something bad happen to one. Alright. There's the moon again. You see it? I don't know if you can see it. I can't see it on my viewfinder. I can see it with my eyes. This will definitely have to be the last video in the series, unless I do another one on after this in my car. Or maybe walking back and talking, I don't know, but I just don't have enough daylight. It's one thing to take a flashlight into an abandoned building, but I don't really feel like walking around after dark with one in the woods. It's better to see that kind of stuff in natural light. So we'll continue on down the road here. I wonder if there's a, I mean, I know when you go on the official trail over there, New London Turnpike Trail, that there's a fence between this abandoned auto salvage yard and the park itself. But I don't know if it's anywhere along the entire perimeter of the abandoned auto salvage yard. Is there another break in the fence? It'd be cool if there was, because then you have more than one entrance and exit. But I just don't know. And I don't think I'm going to have time to explore the whole thing tonight, so we may not find out tonight, but at least like to check out this main drag here. A little pull-off area there, not much to see there. A little bit of debris. Now, why is this tree like this? I'm wondering, someone tried to make a blockade so they would be less likely to be disturbed when they were down here. But clearly it's been moved aside so people could still drive through it. Oil box. I wonder if that's left over. Can't imagine that would be left over from the auto salvage yard days, because I wouldn't think after 10 or 15 years, a piece of cardboard left out outside like that would be completely rotted to pieces. You know what? This might be the back entrance because I see a fence. Yeah, the back gate. It opens onto. Could this be New London Turnpike Trail? It could be. I just don't know. And I don't really have enough daylight to go exploring down it. I'd like to know. Well, maybe, well, think about it. We came through it that way. The road is back that way. Heck it. To coin a Adam the Woo word, heck it. We're gonna go and see where this trail goes. We're not in the abandoned auto salvage yard anymore. I don't know if this is New London Turnpike Trail or not. If it isn't, one would think, being such a obviously well-traveled path, that it will come out and meet New London Turnpike Trail. Now, if this is New London Turnpike Trail, when I came here last, we walked all the way down, not all the way, but a good portion of the way down this trail, and there was no open gate or way into the auto salvage from the back here. But things change. It is starting to get dark. But I know I'm traveling in the right direction, because look, I'm still hugging the yard. This has to be the trail, because New London Turnpike Trail, because New London Turnpike Trail hugs the auto salvage yard along its fence until its backside. So most deaf. That's what's up with this. Little side path over there. There's a lot of trails and whatnot, but this one is extremely big. I wish I had time to tell you more. But yeah, so this obviously New London Turnpike Trail. Back in the day, New London Turnpike was a road that went all the way from Providence to New London, Connecticut. And now wait a minute now. I take it back. That is not New London Turnpike Trail. This is New London Turnpike Trail. That is a side trail that goes to the back entrance. What does this say? Oh, that's a sign, but it's been ripped down. Probably saying you shouldn't be going in there, but or that you shouldn't be driving down here. But someone obviously didn't like the sign and got rid of it. This is definitely New London Turnpike right here. Now, New London Turnpike, once you get up to the Division Street up there, is an actual road. Paved road, main road, used all the time by automobiles. But this section, no. Now, like I started to say, back in the day, way back in the day, it was a road that went all the way from Providence to New London, Connecticut. And that's why they called it the New London Turnpike. But somewhere along the line, I'm not sure exactly what point, probably in the 20th century at some point, certain parts of it were no longer used. And I guess, you know, it's a dirt road here. Obviously, probably was always a dirt road in this section. But anyway, at the end over here by Division Street, they blocked it off with a permanent gate and made it into a walking / jogging / biking / dog walking trail. So you can no longer drive down it. And the weird thing is, another weird thing about it, now we're going way down this way. It hits other like cross streets at certain points. You know, it's West Greenwich, so it's way out in the woods and whatnot. But there's another section down there that after another road or two that cross it, that you can drive down it, but only during the day, like during the week. And there's like a business down there, some sort of a industrial business down there. And I guess the only reason they have it open for driving during those hours is so that the people who work at the business can go there. And then when the business is closed, they close it. Now, why they do that, I don't know. It seems like either have it open or shut. I mean, people drive down, but I guess I'm thinking maybe they had problems with people driving down there, so they figure, you know, avoid the problems. In any case, I would like to either drive down there when it's open or walk down there when it's not, but that's for another day. Eventually I'd like to travel the entire length of the New London Turnpike, from all the way from Providence to New London. And of course, obviously, the ones that you can drive on are especially the ones that you can drive on at any point, any time during the day, are the easiest. But the most fun areas are the ones that are more restricted, like this, for example, that you can only walk on. So, be an adventure. I love abandoned roads. I love, God, anything abandoned. Okay. Well, yeah, we'll be hitting that parking lot soon. It's not too much further. The auto salvage yard is quite big, as you can tell by us walking through it, but it won't be too much longer. Probably right around that bend up there, I'm guessing. Alright, well, I guess at the end of this video, we'll make it a little longer than 11 minutes. I'm going to address now my issue with the shout out thing, okay? So I love you guys. You're my fans, you're my viewers, my subscribers, and I certainly don't mind doing shout outs. You know, I figure it helps you out, and in the long run helps me out too, because even if you don't give me a shout out in return, it creates goodwill, and you know, I think things, even karma wise, good, you can put out more good in the world that comes back to you in the long run. But in any case, I can't, the bigger my channel gets, the more shout outs requests I've been getting on the path, and I just cannot keep doing one shout out per video. There's just not, there's the road right there. It's just not enough. I just can't, you know, because I only shoot like once a week for a video series of maybe 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 videos, and you know, I mean, getting more shout out requests than that per week, so I really can't. How am I going to pick and choose who gets individual shout outs and doesn't? So from this point forward, and I may implement this prior to the upload of this video, but the official definite start of it is when you see this, me saying this, that from now on I'm only going to be doing group shout out requests. In other words, what I'll probably start doing is I'll do a video series like this, and then in the final video of the series, or perhaps in one subsequent to it, if I forget, I don't have time, I will do a video which has a number of shout outs all in one video, and instead of doing the cards, I'll just do link down below in the description. What I may do, however, also is implement a sort of a contest thing where if people have given me shout outs in return and done a really good job with it, then I may grant them a card, because I am allowed to do 5 cards per video. So I could do them at the beginning of the shout out video, or the beginning of the shout out section of the video, do 5 cards, and for the people who did the best job at giving me shout out, and then the rest will just be done normally. I'm going to get into that just a little bit more once I get in my car. So just I guess it's going to be a longer video, but I do want to do my shout outs as well as explain this new thing. So yeah, there's the house, as you can see. You can drive right up to it, through it, and there's the road, and there's the abandoned road that's a trail. And what's the name of this park? It says Big River Watershed. Report suspicious activities. Waste dumping, fires, camping. I saw some fires. Or evidence of fires, but I'm not reporting it. Okay. Well. Goodbye, house. There's one lonely car over there. One other person is here on this trail somewhere. Everyone else has left for the day. I'm just going to set my camera down here. Alright guys, so we'll sit here for a few, and I'll talk to you a bit more about everything, including giving some shout outs. It's becoming a tradition with my video series. Oftentimes the final video of the series will be extra long for whatever reason, and oftentimes it's because I have extra time at the end and I'm not worried about shooting another video anymore. But in this case, it's because I have so much I need to talk to you about. So yeah, so I told you about the shout-out contest thing. So basically, you know, I did mention, I think in a previous video, that I was considering implementing saying I'll only give shout-outs if someone has given me a shout-out in return. But after thinking about it, I decided that sounds a little bit uppity, and I'm like the furthest thing from an uppity person. I don't look down on anyone, not even homeless people. I look at everyone as my equal. So I didn't want to really do that. So I will still give anyone a shout out who simply just asked me for a shout out, regardless of whether or not they have any intention of giving me a shout out. Although certainly if you want to give me a shout out, that would be great, but I'm not going to require it. But hope you can still see me. It's getting really dark out. Anyway. I guess we just use the daylight. I'm sure you can still see me enough. Anyway, so yeah, I didn't want to just say, you know, no shout outs unless you give me a shout out. But I decided that, you know, so then if I'm not going to do that, then what do? Just no matter what, everyone just gets the list shout out, where I do the short thing, where I just like look briefly at their name, show you their name, give you the list, the link down below. Or do I want to give people the opportunity to be incentivized to give me a shout out? And I decided the best way to do that would be to say, okay, anyone get a shout out, but if you give me a shout out in return, you'll have a better chance at getting put at the beginning of the list of shout outs, plus given a card. So the first it might only be one, but I can do up to 5 cards per video, right? So in the list of shoutouts, you would be at within the first 5, and you would have a card, as well as I probably would not only would do that, but I would actually, instead of just looking at your channel name and your picture, I would actually go into your channel on your videos and just, like, you know, briefly put the camera on and talk about the thumbnails and titles for, you know, 1, 2, or 3 or so of your videos, giving you a little bit more camera time and putting you at the head of the list, and a card too, which makes it easier for people to click on it. Now, so I figure each time I do shoutouts, which is roughly once a week, it's not exactly once a week, so don't get mad at me if it's every 6, 8, or 9, or 5 days, but roughly once a week, I'll do a shout out video. And if you can, like I said, anyone gets a shout out, but the better job you do at giving me a shout out first, then the likelihood is that you will be put in the top 5, given a card, given a more explicit explanation of your channel. Now, how can you do a better job? Well, instead of, you know, I mean, just to enter the contest at all, just give me a shout out. You can just, you know, a lot of people I've noticed when they give shout outs, all they'll do is they'll just say the person's channel name. They'll just verbally say it, but they'll put no link, and they'll give no indication of how it's spelled. And when I've been watching videos, I've even watched like collaboration videos, where someone will collaborate with someone, they'll say the person's name, but if it's not an obvious spelling channel name, sometimes you can't figure out how it's spelled and you can never find it. So if you want to just give me a verbal shout out but not spelling, now my channel name isn't very easy to tell, but it's not like it's like John Smith, you know, it's, you know, DRock spelled in a rather unique way with a hyphen and 2 X's and all this business, you know, and I like it different like that, because that's why I made it like that, because, you know, I like uniqueness, and I wanted it to make sure it stood out, and that it wasn't like anyone else's channel name, for avoid duplication. But verbally saying my channel name doesn't help people to find it. In order to find my channel, and there's a lot of channels that are like this, by the way, out there. My channel and a lot of other channels have difficultly spelled channel names, that the only way you can truly tell how to get to the channel is by either a card or a link down at the bottom in the description, or an actual visual representation on video of how it's spelled, either by zooming in on the person's channel name on a computer or a phone screen, or you could also make a sign with it like that. So basically, yeah, if you can actually not only give me a shout out, but actually either give me a card or a description box link, to actual link to the URL for my channel, which Well, I could just verbally tell you what it is, but it would probably be easier to actually show it, but it's not going to show up on my screen anyway. I'll put it in the description. How to spell my channel name, my channel URL. Or if you're unable to do those things because you don't know how, or you don't have the devices to do it with for whatever reason, like I said, just zoom in, like maybe on, if you, well, assuming you shoot with camera and you have a phone, or you shoot with your phone and you have a computer, you can zoom in like I do to the channel name, right? Or if you can't do any of that, I'd still give you a chance at winning the contest if you just something as simple as just write out, copied literally from the screen, either the actual URL or minimally my channel name, DROCKS, D, capital D, hyphen, ROK space, capital ROXX, and show it to someone. I mean, show it to the camera screen. Then at least people will know. So you have a better chance of winning the contest, or being at least in the top 5 of the contest, if you can in some way not only give me a verbal shout out, but a way for a person to make sure they can actually find me. Okay, so that's how I'm going to be doing shout outs. Boy, it's getting dark, isn't it? I don't know, I don't really have a light here that's really that appropriate. I have ones in the back, that's not going to help, and then I have ones in the front, but it's going to be on the camera. Well, anyway, I don't really need that much light, because now I'm going to take the camera off my face and I'm going to be doing my actual shout outs. Okay, so let me get out. Some people have complained that they don't like it when my videos are too long. They haven't really complained so much as just kind of joke about how it's a little long or whatever. But I mean, hey, if you don't want to watch a long video of mine, then don't. I mean, I like making long videos sometimes, so you know, my apologies if it's not your preference. I personally don't mind watching long videos, but I don't always have time to watch them, and if you don't have time to watch my video because it's too long, that's fine by me. But occasionally I do have a lot I need to cover in a video, so that's all. Alright, so let's see. So I'm going to do my shout outs now. Now again, even though I've officially implemented this shout out policy now, and I may partially implement it starting as early as tonight, people who have already requested that I give a shout out up to this point will not fall into the category of being in the contest or having, you know, any different rules than I already applied, because they didn't know about it yet when they asked me for the shout out. Okay, so let me go to my channel section. Alright, so here's my I recommend section. I don't know if you can see that too well. Why is that not focusing? Come on, focus. Doesn't want to focus. There we go, now it's focusing. My I recommend section, I was saying if you can guess about the rock, who I'm gonna send the rock to, and what I'm gonna put on the rock, then yeah, the first person to guess will win the contest. I'll put you at the top of this list for 1 month. But that's my I recommend section. But what I want to do is I want to zoom down to my shout out waiting lists. Okay, now let's see now. I already did those in another video that you may not have seen yet, because I may not have uploaded it yet. Let's see. Hold on. Okay, yeah, this is where I left off from the last one that I recorded. Okay, so this channel name is... I've already given him a shout out once, but he wanted another one, so I figured, what the hey, why not? DFooty09. And what is that a picture of? I can't tell, but it's pink. And then you have the icon is a face, and the name is Cordarian Drisdle. And then you have a picture of Toast, Angry Toast, and it says, it's your boy Toast TTT. Okay, and oh, let me scroll up. Hold on. And then you have, who's this? Picture of a skull that looks like a pine cone wearing sunglasses. His name is Elite Shock. And then you have a spider. Channel name Tight Tuber. And then you have young guy with sunglasses, and his channel name is JMA122. And then you have a cool icon of two people in one, or two halves of two, one half of one face and one half of another face mixed together to make one face. Mini TGF Bro. Then you have this guy's face. It says AROKK 99. And, it looks like a picture shot in the distance, maybe through some trees, I'm not sure. It says Matt Bailey. Okay. And yeah, that's the end of that. And then finally, shot out waiting list 04. We have a cartoon of a youngster. It says Hoop Flame. And then we have a guy with cowboy hat, looks like, sitting on, what is that? Is that a slide? Or I can't tell what that is that he's sitting on. Maybe, I don't know. It says Joe Martinez. And then it looks like a plastic chicken. History chose his life. And then we have, okay, what is, it's a guy with a hat and the half of the surprised or scared emoji. And his channel name is T4L Game. And then last but not least, we have a picture of, now forgive me, I can't quite make out what that's a picture of. I don't know what that's a picture of, but anyway, his channel's name is King Breezy. Okay, that concludes the shout out segment, and that pretty much concludes my video. I don't know. You probably can't see a darn thing, so I won't even put it on my face. But yeah, you can see it's just about dark now, and it's geez, the sun set almost a half hour ago, so that's probably why it's almost dark. But I hope you enjoyed this video series, and the next video will be somewhere else, not here, probably. Hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for tuning in. Subscribe to me right there. There's the link right there. And have a good night. That rock.